Naruto 630 viewer comments, 631 predictions. I appreciate everyone's efforts. Now, just before we start with the top two comments, which is going to be DT Ninja 831 and Chaz Malakian, two people that contribute a lot every week to my channel, which I really do appreciate their comments and their insight. I'm going to show you something. I had a gift from my brother-in-law, which is completely unexpected, who's actually a little older than I am. And you're like, wow, it's Kakashi and the letters are up. Why are they backward? Because I mirror my videos so that when I move around, I'm actually seeing it like it's in a mirror. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, except for the video, you know, letters and words being up, you know, backward. Only gave me 2 throwing stars. Okay, which you can see right here in black and white, and they both, since it's mirrored, what they both say on them, okay, is Konoha, Ninja, and then some Oriental Japanese or Chinese letters on them. And then in the back it says made in China, of course, out of steel. And there's a little, the throwing stars, they're sharp, by the way. Now these are the packets for it, okay. You're like, okay, it closes up like this. Okay, you like to carry it. You're like, okay, no big deal. This was what I found extremely entertaining from it, is there's actually a belt loop. So yes, I could have my throwing stars, and yes, I could carry them around. I will not do that, but I could if I wanted to. So my brother-in-law surprised me with that gift, and I'm surprising you with that because I'm pretty sure that you didn't think that you were going to see that today in this video. Okay. Something a little different to get us started here with viewer comments. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. Now, just because they're both tied, by the way, but since DT Ninja 831's happens to randomly be on top, I'll start with him. I know Obito is stubborn, but does he even have a brain anymore? Maybe it was severely damaged when the rocks crushed him as a kid. How can he be so stupid? Kakashi is doing everything he can to convince him that friends will be able to fill the empty void. Obito has to accept that these weak delusions are nothing more than fantasy that 2 kids came up with. It's time to grow up already. Great review and keep the good work. Really do appreciate the encouragement and the work that you do, making the comments and the insight, as always, every week. Really do appreciate it. Obito, maybe he's going to be the savior at some time. He's going to, I don't know, but it's just been a horrible character. The whole flashback, he makes sense all the way until the Rin incident. But anyway, we've talked about this so much. His character is just, like I say, hopefully he'll serve some purpose. You know, except for just being, you know, a villain that pissed a lot of people off. But anyway, alright, really do appreciate the comments. Chaz Malakian. I'm going to post a random prediction first, and then I'll review the chapter later on. I think that Jubi, on its final form, while fighting with the Hokages, Ultramarine Company, will break down into smaller versions of it and fight each one individually at some point, kind of like Madara's clones against the Kages, which I'm sure they will return, minus Tsunade, who gave her life for them. I think that would be interesting to watch rather than just seeing them fight one huge monster. Well, I agree with the last line, and of course my predictions are, yeah. So if this indeed happens, then you've definitely called it right here. I kind of doubt that that's going to happen, but definitely could. Alright, really do appreciate the work as always. Okay, those are the top 2 comments. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to skip a few of the smaller ones, and there was a lot of discussion back and forth. And I don't want to jump around too much. And actually, I'm going to do this. Alright, I love the way that this is a great way to really get started, okay, with the rest of your comments. Sage Blue 92. Minato is officially the master of epic entrance no jutsu. Great review as always. Appreciate the encouragement. Yeah, he was. What a way to close. Kishimoto is so good at closing. That was just phenomenal. I loved it. And instead of just having him at the end, you saw the dagger and you're like, oh yeah, the 4th. That was awesome. So let's see. Okay. Conley Bob 9. let's see, and he's responding to someone else. Tsunade will get to see and say goodbye to her grandfather before she dies. And hopefully she does die, because she's been cut in half. At least one of the Kages needs to die from that battle. And where are the Kages anyhow? That battle went on for months. So we must know what their fates are. Well, yeah, it could be interesting. Especially if Inoki makes it. That'd be insane. But anyway, well, look, it's probably like the Neji thing. She wants to sacrifice herself. Okay. I've never hated her character. I've been fine with it. And even her as Kage, I'm actually been okay with that. I'm fine with it. But Kishimoto has issues with female characters and everything. But anyway, I don't want to get too hung up on that. But that's a big thing, and this is a lot of people are basically saying the same thing, like you're saying, is they think that she's going to die. But she's been cut in half before. Remember what her slug, asked her when she came back was, we will put you back together again. It was in some way she said that, that she pieced her back together before. So I don't think that in and of itself. But anyway, really do appreciate the comments. And there's a whole lot of going back and forth going, which is awesome, but it's a little confusing for me here. And let's see, Justin Soda. B has a much higher chance of being Raikage than Naruto has of being Hokage. Naruto is too immature at the moment, whereas B is fully grown-ass man with respect to the entire village and ability to be serious. When the time comes, LOL, but honestly, it's not going to be either of them next. It's more likely going to be Kakashi for Hokage, or Shikamaru, or Dara for Raikage. I agree with what you just... my own personal, which I've said many times before, Shikamaru makes so much sense to be Kage. Okay? And it isn't just because he's a genius. It's because... you may say, well, he's a good field general, but his abilities, okay, are, let's just say that his abilities, okay, are not going to be missed in the field. He's got good abilities. It's just you have to be a genius to know how to use them, okay. But he would just be so much better as Kage, and Naruto going out, and just because he would just be horrible. He'd be dreadful. And I have to agree with it. B as Kage, as the Raikage, I'm going to agree with Dara. He's or Daru. He's or Darai. I'm not really sure how to pronounce it, but he's the one that's really going to. He's going to be the one that gets it. Now, and look, promotions. That just isn't who these people are, right? B. Well, let's just be honest. How many times? What does B usually wanted to do? He's usually wanted to break away and just go have fun, right? And just go do his thing. So him getting, yeah. But anyway, we'll see. And who knows? Maybe they will. Kishimoto's doing whatever the hell he wants. You know why? Because it's his manga. That's why. Anyway, I really do appreciate the comments. Okay, let's get down here a little bit. And okay. Conley Bob 9. Apart from Naruto, I honestly think the only person in Konoha who could have been strong enough to be future Hokage one day was Neji, but he's dead now. So much for that idea. Naruto has the strength, but not the maturity, really. They should just make Hashirama the Hokage. You heard it here first. And with his undying body, let him rule the village forever. LOL. It's funny how each generation is supposed to surpass the previous. Yet no one seems able to come even close to the past Hokage, not without their bijous. Okay, well, the bijous we know are going to end up being transformed. The Itos, it's a good idea. It's fun to think about. And as I've already mentioned, Naruto's just way he that isn't his thing. He is not Kage material. All right, really do appreciate the comments. Okay, and let's see, Justin Soda. I hope she doesn't die. I love the pleading that we fans do when we have characters that we're attached to and we don't want them to go away. It just really comes out, and Justin Soda's having this moment right now. I hope she doesn't die because I love her character. But if she does, it's either what you said with Hashi, seeing her die, or it's going to be Herzan and Ocharu with a memory presence of Jiraiya when she dies. That'd be really nostalgic for her, and I think that it'd be more of a proper death for her rather than seeing her grandfather, who she didn't even know what the relationship was like. Well, he corrupted her, right? He showed her how to gamble and, well, I don't know drinking, but the gambling part of it, I guess being around that. So anyway, yeah, I really do appreciate the comments. Okay. And, here we go. Bro Army 1000. Tsunade living 3 or 4 more years would give Naruto time to mature, but her having a proper death is more important. Story-wise, the narrative and everything, this would be her time to die, like Neji. It would just simply be a good spot for her. That's a very good observation. Yeah, and let's see. Okay, skip this. Here we go. Bro Army 1000. Naruto will be insta-healed by Karen next chapter in my prediction. Naruto? I don't know. I don't know about that one. And let's see. Ricardo EMG. Obito is beyond talk no jutsu. He's nuts. Kakashi will do something epic like removing his mask, show a fang, and perform a technique from his father, kind of extreme. Like the mask thing is interesting. I have a feeling though that there actually isn't anything shocking behind it. Like the 8-gate typer just go crazy with 1,000 jutsus. The Obito will turn good again before he dies. He will leave Kakashi the other Sharingan. Remember the emphasis Obito on the power of both eyes being together. When going to the place Kakashi killed Ren, Sakura will do something relevant in her life. The transplant. Sakura gets character. I had to tell you, I never really understood how much hate a character could get from simply not getting enough, attention from the mangaka. So, neglect equals hate. That's kind of sad for a character. It's sort of the double whammy. But there you go. As far as has been mentioned, the idea of Kakashi getting the eyes, and then of course everybody goes, well, it almost killed him when he got the first one, and then supposedly somehow his chakra levels have been built up, but his entire character is about him being so intelligent, yet limited by his chakra supply, and now he's going to have 2 Sharingans that he can't shut off, and it doesn't, unless Kakashi comes back and he's got Zetsu stuck on him. I don't know. I don't see a deal. But the way, as far like I think I mentioned in my actual review video, the whole Darth Vader thing of him dying and separating himself probably away from the evil Madara chunk that's in him and the Zetsus, and being this dying half Obito, it may indeed be, and him coming somewhat to his senses and something or doing something. I don't know, but that's why I'm so really curious and interested in see what's going to happen. But a fang, he will show a fang and perform a technique from his father. Okay, on that, on that one, I'm going to go ahead and okay. Well, actually, I'm going to go with Uchiha Obito. Kakashi would be useless with 2 Sharingans. He would be a vegetable. Okay, this is going to go ahead and finish up number 1. Whenever you're ready, meet up again and we'll part 2 of your comments for 6:30.